without much introduction, you already know what we'll be dealing with today in today's tutorial. So as you can see on your screen, we have this beautiful, elegant, classy, demure, fitted and pleated agbada with an insewn belt. This description is too long. Okay, so with that being said, guys, you're welcome back to another tutorial video. So I'm going to be showing you every single detail that you need to know about the cutting and sewing of this tutorial. This tutorial is so simplified and detailed that even a beginner can comprehend every single step in this tutorial. Without further ado, let's dive right into the tutorial. So we begin with the fabric placement. So the width of the fabric is folded into 2 already, and here is the length also being folded into 2. So for your information, I used the total width of the Ankara fabric, that's the African print. I used the whole width of 46 inches. So for the width again, I'm going to be folding into 2 like so, so giving me a total of 4 folds, as you can see me counting. And then this is the width that I already folded into, so I'm just trying to show you exactly how I folded them. And then from the shoulder area like this, at this topmost part, I come down by 11 inches, which is the breast point measurement. And the next vertical measurement to be measured is the shoulder to the hip. Okay, so this is the shoulder to the hip, and then shoulder to the half length, that is the point above the knee length. Okay, so this is the point. And then we have the dress length. So after getting those measurements from this point, that's the hip measurement, and between the hip measurement and the half length measurement, you get the midpoint. So I have a total of 10 inches here, so the midpoint is 5 inches. So here is the 5 inches, which is the midpoint between the hip and the half length. I'm not supposed to be taking this measurement, but because some of the folds are shorter in width, as you can see underneath, so I'm going to be using the shorter width, which gave me about 23 inches. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be using. That's the essence of measuring this. If not, there is no need. You just fold your fabric into 4, and that's it. So I come down to this in between the hip and the half length, and then I divide the hip measurement by 4 and add an extra 3 to 4 inches depending on how free you want the dress to be. Okay, so you divide your hip into 4. This gave me 10 inches, and then I added 3 inches for the freeness. Okay, look at the point I am marking it. That's the point between the hip and the half length. So I just extend that point like so. Okay, so just to give me a visible marking. And then at this point, I'm going to be coming inward by 3 inches from this width of the fabric. Okay, I come in by 3 inches at this point, and then afterwards there's going to be a connection from this point to this other point. Okay, so using a cowl formation, you know how to give form your cowl dress when you're curving. Okay, so you're going to be using that cowl for curving to get that shape. And then from this point all the way downwards, you know, whatever the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 3 gave us, we are going to be marking that all the way to the dress length, and then we connect that with a straight line, just as you can see me do. And then at this curve point, you don't leave it sharp, you just make it curve like so, so that we don't have a sharp area at that point. And for the neck, I'm going to be using a width of 3 inches and the depth of 1.5 inches. I'm going to be cutting the front and back together. Afterwards, I'm going to be separating so that I can cut out the front. So I use the back neckline to cut this, and then also at this point I give it a curve. Okay, I'm not going to be leaving it sharp. Then it's time for us to cut out. So this is the neckline cut out, and then I'm going to be cutting the bodice as well. But before that, this fold area, either you iron it or you give it a notch, just to give you the points by the time you're stitching. So I proceed to the cutting of the bodice like so. So you just cut along the shape that you already marked out all the way to the dress length. And next, I'll be heading over to the ironing table to iron out the bodice and also the pleats at the shoulder area. So after ironing out the bodice, I'm going to be showing you how you can mark out your pleats at the shoulder area. So to sort out the pleat area, from the center fold, you're going to be marking your shoulder divided by 2. So mine gave me 7.5 because the shoulder is 15. And then from this point of 7.5, I'm going to be marking the width of the pleat. Okay, so for the width of the pleat, it depends on how wide you want your pleat to be. You can use 6, you can use 7, you can use 8, but at least maximum of 8. Okay, so I'm going to be using 7 inches. So I mark the 7 inches points here. Okay, so after that, from this point to this point, I'm going to get the midpoint of this distance, which would give me 3.5, which is at this spot. So just take note of all these points I'm marking. So at this center point, I'm coming down by 4 inches. And then from the center point to this point give me 11, and I come down to that 4 inches, I mark the same 11 so that I can connect with a straight line. So at this point, I'm just trying to show you what the pleat should look like. So I pick the center, making sure that these 2 points that I marked in between are touching each other. Okay, can you see that? And then I fold like so to give me my pleat before I get to iron. So I have it sorted out this way, and then I iron out. Make sure you press firmly so that it reflects on both sides of the fabric. And then I open up. At this point, you can see all the points, and it's going to be reflecting on both sides of the neckline of the dress. As you can see, I can see it, but I'm not sure you can see that. So I'm going to be marking it out so that it makes it easier for me to understand. So from the center, you know, I marked 7.5, which is half of the shoulder. And then from that point, I'm going to just be tracing out all the points that are already ironed out. And like I stated earlier, the reason for this is to make it easier for me when I'm stitching, to know the point I'm stitching on. At this point, to proceed with the pleating, we have to first of all sort out the neckline area. And now we're back to the floor, and then we're going to be proceeding to marking out the neck of the depth of the neckline, which I used as 8 inches for the depth of the neckline. Okay, and then at that 8 inches, I mark out 2 inches from the center fold. Can you see that? So this is the 2 inches from the center fold at the 8 inches depth, and then I connect to the base of the shoulder like so. And then these 2 inches that I marked here, I'm going to be marking that all the way down. Okay, so I have that marked all the way down to the dress length, and I connect that with a straight line all the way to the dress length as well. And please guys, if you haven't subscribed up to this point, please do well by subscribing. So at this point, I'm going to be opening up or separating the front from the back, okay, so that I can cut out everything that has to do with the neckline of the front. So I'm going to be opening up the front or separating the front from the back. And this point that I have marked all the way down from the neckline for the front, I'm going to be cutting that out all the way down to the dress length. And this cutout is going to be replaced with an Asoke. So this is the Asoke I'm going to be using. So for this Asoke, I'm not going to be using the whole width. I'm going to be having it folded into 2 like so, and then I cut out all the way down. So after cutting out the Asoke, I'm going to be joining it at the center, which I'm going to be showing you shortly. But before that, let's finish up with the pleating. So for the pleating, you can see that we have the neckline sorted out, both the front and the back neckline. So I'm going to spread out the fabric like so. So this is the placement before we proceed with the pleating. So now that we have that opened up, so we come to this side, you can see that we still have all our iron points. So this middle point, I pick it up like so. So by the time you pick it up, make sure that these 2 points are touching each other. You know, I stated that earlier. So as you make sure that your hold is on the center, you fold like so. Can you see? You fold it down this way. So by the time you fold down, you get your tape rule. At the shoulder area, you are going to be marking 4 inches upward and 4 inches downward, making a total of 8 inches. So this is the 4 inches backward. That's at the back, towards the back, and then towards the front. So to make sure that your line is straight enough, you can use a straight rule to just connect the points like so. So after you have it connected, you're going to be opening it up like so. You pick it up like this, can you see? And then you stitch from this point to this point, okay? And then after the stitching, you can now bring out the sleeve area like so. You spread it out again. I hope you understand enough the explanation for the pleat. So just imagine or have an imaginary stitch of this pleated area already done. So this is what it should look like. Okay, so this is the sleeve, and then this is the pleat area, and then you're going to be doing the same thing to the other side. In case you do not understand, I'm going to be repeating it. You pick the center area, making sure that the 2 points are touching each other, and then you fold over like so. Okay, so after folding over, you're going to be marking out the points that you have towards the back and towards the front. That is 4 inches, making a total of 8 inches. And then you connect with a straight line. After connecting, you're going to be stitching down. So after you're done with the pleat, this is what it should look like. Like I said, just imagine I have it stitched down already. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to have our Asoke stitched or attached to the body, as the neckline area, all the way down to the front side of the dress. And so that's basically what is next after you're done with the pleating area of the shoulder. The center of the back, I'm going to be notching just to show me where the center of the back neckline is. So the Asoke has been cut or slitted into 2, and I'm going to be joining it back like so. You can use a French seam, or you can sew as in stitch and weave, depending on whatever you want. So after I use the French seam to hold them together, and then this is what it looks like. I'm going to be stitching that point that I held together of the Asoke to the center of the back neckline. Okay, so this is the center of my Asoke, and then I hold it to the center of the back neckline, and I'm going to be stitching all the way to the dress length on both sides. Can you see? So this is exactly what I'm going to be doing from the center back all the way to the dress length. And after stitching the Asoke to the Ankara fabric, this is what it looks like. Can you see that? So I have that stitched all the way. And please, I want to point out something very important here. For the Asoke, the part you're going to be stitching to the Ankara piece is the part that you slitted into two, not the neatly finished area of the Asoke, okay? So this is what the joining of the Asoke to the Ankara fabric looks like. So I'm going to be arranging it so that we can proceed to the next level. So at this point, from the shoulder, I'm going to be marking the depth of my neckline, which is 8 inches, and then at that 8 inches, that is where the Asoke is going to be overlapping itself at the center front. Okay, so make sure you arrange the shoulder very well so that no part is longer or shorter than the other. And once you have that sorted out, you just hold it down with the help of your office pin or whatever it is that can hold it down for you, and then you stitch all the way from that point, overlapping each other with half an inch, and then you stitch all the way to the point that you want your slit to terminate. Okay, and after that stitch, this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is what the neckline opening looks like, and then we stitch all the way to the length you want your slit to start or stop. So at this point, we turn over to the inside of the fabric, and from the shoulder, we are going to be marking from the shoulder to the under bust on both sides of the shoulder. So we have that marked out from the shoulder to the under bust, and then at that point, from the center of the center fold of the fabric, you divide your under bust round measurement into 4. Whatever that gives you, you take out 1 inch, and then you mark from the center like so. This gave me 7 inches, and then from the center to the other side as well, I mark 7 inches. This is the point you are going to be attaching your belt to the bodies. Okay, so this is what the belt looks like. I'm going to be stitching the belt on the bodies of the Ankara like so. Then you see, and then I turn it backwards like so, and I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other side of the fabric like so. So this is what the belt fixing looks like. After that, we come over to the sleeve area so that we can attach the sleeve, the Asoke to the Ankara fabric. So this is how the attachment of the Asoke to the Ankara fabric is going to look like. So you pick up the fabric and then the Asoke, and I'm going to be stitching on the wrong side. Okay, you stitch the Asoke first on the wrong side of your Ankara fabric. So this is what the placement looks like. You place the Asoke on the wrong side, and then you stitch, and then you flip over and then top stitch. Okay, so that's basically how you're going to be stitching the Asoke to the Ankara fabric. So after stitching, this is what it looks like on both sleeves, and at this point we are almost done. So it's time for us to close the sides, and remember there's going to be a pocket on this side. So while you close the sides, you fix the pocket, and then you hem the lower part of the dress, and guys, your beautiful shoulder pleated and Asoke Bubu is ready. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me, which of them do you prefer? Do you prefer the more fitted one or the little bit free one? Just let me know in the comment section. At this point, it's a matter of choice. If you want a slit in front of yours, then you can do that. If you want it closed up, as long as you have freedom of movement, then it's fine. So for this one, let me know which of them you prefer in the comment section. Do you prefer the one with a slit that is a little bit free, or the one without a slit that is a little bit fitted? Let me know in the comment section. For me, I think I like both of them for different reasons. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial just like I did. Thank you for watching, and see you in my very next one.